This is for all you multi-talented, multitasking, multi-everything people out there. Take it away.
Find your glory, write your story, fearless feet will carry you. Time you own it, take your moment, be a fire burning through. Hustling from night until morning, grinding it out, it won't be long. Feel your power, it's your hour, you inspire, you are strong.
Enjoy your Zoa. No applause? You're all fired.
Now that you've reached the stage in your life where quality television is important, Nubian TV is a black network that speaks to your lifestyle. Nubian TV is the world's first digital network devoted to the upscale and political lifestyles of black people. Nubian TV's programming includes politics, travel, fashion, food, automotive, arts and culture, civil rights, music, and more. Watch now on Amazon Fire TV, Roku, or watch globally at nubiantv.net. Nubian TV, it's what you want to watch.
Come with me if you want to live a more delicious life.
Oh, maybe we should get in the van.
In this world, we don't get to control much. The past, male pattern baldness.
Leggies.
Got one right now. The urge to pop that bubble wrap. But there is one thing we do get to choose every single day: what we eat. Welcome to the Sonic Department of Research and Deliciousment. We have everything you want, didn't know you wanted, and some things you didn't know were possible. Because we believe if you're not having fun, you're not living free. So come on, let's live a little.
Hey, good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Money! Are you ready? They are ready. Covering the biggest events in the country right now.
There's a lot going on here.
It's always a good time.
That's what the show's about.
That's good.
Really good. Very good. Coming in hot, Jimmy, coming in hot.
It's far from elementary.
Oh.
Good morning, America. I'm not going to try to strut like Michael or anything.
I have known George a long, long time.
Have you ever gotten him to dance?
Look at that face.
You don't just see it, you feel it.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'll be there.
I am here and so happy.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'm in. That tells you something when Snoop Dogg's in. Michael, George, Lara, Ginger.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
Well, hello to you, and you. Welcome into another edition of Brainley's Virtual Tour Live. Glad to have all you. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 destinations for you all this evening. Yes, indeed, we do. We're going to kick it off with some self-help news. Of course, you know, women have been told to be on birth control for years. Well, what if there was a way for men? We're going to tackle that from the top of the show, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, indeed. Then we'll get into some politics because, as you guys know, there's been a lot of deportations. But this is just too damn ridiculous. We'll talk about that. Karen Huger, everybody. As you all know, she is in jail for a DUI, but I am sure she will begin out on good behavior. We'll have some details about how she's doing in jail. Naomi Campbell is afraid to go to a fashion show. We'll get into that. ABC just came out with some breaking news that they are going back into the vault to remix one of the most legendary shows of all time. I'll tell you which show. Naomi Girma is a legendary legend in the world of sports, specifically soccer. Wait till you hear about this sister right here. Reginald+Kelley Steele. Now, I have seen this destination being talked about on YouTube, and we are finally going to talk about them. Y'all, this is another John Gray, Adventure Gray situation. We'll get into that. And then finally, Mary J. Blige is getting sued. But like, she don't do nothing to nobody. Let's get into it. We got 8 destinations for y'all. Higher is waiting. Lower is available. But either way, we are live on tour. Let me take down that kind of intro there. You see the virtual tour background. Yes, you do. You hear that virtual tour music. Yes, you do. And then there is me. Hey, everybody. Welcome in. Glad to have all of you here in the building with me. Let's get to the getting and doing what we do. Because believe me, there's a lot going on here. So we're going to kick it off with this story right here. From the Jasmine brand, non-hormonal male contraceptive implant shows promise lasts at least 2 years in trials. So biotech Contralene is making strides in male contraception with a new implant that lasts at least 2 years of clinical trials. The implant named Adam. Really? Because Adam and Eve in the garden, I cannot. Is a water soluble hydrogel placed in the icing ducts and prevents icing to preventing icing from mixing with icing. In phase 1 of its trials, Adam successfully blocked icing release for 24 months with no icing detected in the icing of 2 participants. Dr. Alexander Postalik, Contraline's chief medical officer, shared these findings can confirm that Adam can achieve the intended lifespan. We remain optimistic about its safety, efficacy, and versatility, and its potential to give men and couples greater reproductive control. The implant is inserted via a 10-minute minimally invasive procedure. No serious adverse events have been reported. Contraline has also received full regulatory approval for its phase 2 clinical study in Australia, set to begin in the 3rd quarter of 2025. Well, what do I think about this story? You know, I remember there was a government representative that was basically going to take men to task, right, about their bodies and this, that, and the third, that, you know, if women have their right to have autonomy with their bodies when it comes to pregnancy, that he was writing a bill to take men's autonomy away. And then once men understood what he was doing, they understood, okay, this is not an actual bill to take away our rights. This is just to highlight how wrong it is. And, you know, I don't see anything wrong with this. I think the best thing to do is to stay to yourself, of yourself, and by yourself, and be responsible for who you lay down with. But in the same token, if you and your partner are trying to be responsible with this, I think that this is a great idea here. So, yes, indeed, there. Let's see here. I don't know what that comment is. It imbalances hormones. No, thank you. Now, y'all making men with no sperm or icing, the world will soon be over enough. So those are the comments there that just came out one day ago. I heard the alternative. I in the OP. I thought it was this pill. I never expected a woman to get on birth control. However, neem oil is a good alternative for both genders. How did you not read non-hormonal and yet y'all expect women to be the only ones to be responsible and get on? Because exactly, LMO, no respect for the itch we gotta go through. So yeah, like I said, I don't think that this is a bad idea at all. The more that we are responsible for what we do, the more we can have a great world to live in. Amen. Amen. All right, y'all. More Brain Leads Virtual Tour Live coming up right from the space right here, right now. Y'all, this is heartbreaking. From NBCnews.com, U.S. citizen children, including 4-year-old with cancer, taken to Honduras on mother's deportation flight, legal advocates say. 2 siblings, 4 and 7, were flown out of the United States on their mother's deportation flight before attorneys could reach them, according to the National Immigration Project. My Lord Jesus, 2 U.S. citizen children were sent on their mother's deportation flight to Honduras without the opportunity to speak to attorneys, leaving a 4-year-old boy with stage 4 cancer without access to his medication. According to the National Immigration Project, Grace Willis, an attorney with the organization, told NBC News that the boy and his 7-year-old sister were detained by U.S. Immigration Customs Enforcement on Thursday. They were taken to El Paso, Texas, and flown to Honduras first thing Friday morning, Willis said. The 4-year-old boy, who was actively receiving treatment for a rare form of cancer, was flown to Honduras without his medication, according to Willis and the National Immigration Project. All attorneys were preparing for a habeas corpus petition when the children were taken out of the U.S. on an ICE charter flight before the petition could be filed. Attorney Aaron Herbert, who Willis said is representing the family, did not respond to multiple requests for comment in a press release by the National Immigration Project. Herbert called the removal of U.S. children illegal, unconstitutional, and immoral. The speed, brutality, and the clandestine manner in which these children were deported is beyond unconscionable, and every official responsible should be held accountable. Herbert said Willis has represented a similar case involving a mother of a 2-year-old citizen who was deported with her child Friday. U.S. District Judge Terry Daugherty ordered a hearing in the case, saying it appeared that the government removed a U.S. citizen with no meaningful due process. These incidents are the latest in a string of cases that have raised alarm among immigration advocates. Recent headlines have highlighted U.S. citizens being mistakenly detained by ICE, in some instances receiving official paperwork incorrectly telling them to leave the country. Other cases have underscored fears for procedural errors, including those of Muhammad Khalid, a U.S. permanent resident, who was detained by federal agents without warrant, and Kimmer Alberto Garcia, who was sent to El Salvador despite a court order barring his removal. In the case of the young children, both families had fathers residing in the United States and were able to make decisions about the children before they were flown to Honduras. Wills at the National Immigration Project said the women were in incommunicado detention by ICE, making them unreachable by lawyers or family members. Legal teams that were able to reach the mother said after the deportation said the women both expressed being given no choice and that they were told their children would come with them. According to Willis, their families are having to make hard choices. Those are decisions that they should have been able to communicate with each other about. Before all this happened, Willis said the National Immigration Project has accused ICE of violating its own mandates on the coordination for the care of our children and willing caretakers, regardless of immigration status, when the deportations are being carried out. Both families are taking time to process what has happened. Willis said the children are U.S. citizens who should be able to return, but their mothers were deported before they were able to pursue their legal options. Representatives from ICE did not immediately respond to NBC News' request for comment. Of course they did it, because the pieces of shit and the bastards and basternesses fucked up with this one. I'm just being calm. I'm going to go off in a minute. In the case of the 2-year-old child, the Department of Homeland Security spokesperson said the parent made the decision to take the child with them to Honduras. Secretary of State Marco Rubio announced a children's citizenship status on Sunday in an interview with NBC's Meet the Press, saying while everyone on U.S. soil is entitled to due process, individuals in the country legally have no right to be here. You know, I really find it funny that Marco Rubio is the Secretary of State, but he's a Latino. So does that mean you have to be in a certain position for 47 to give a fuck about your ass? Okay. He also described the headlines regarding children aspects, saying the parents have the choice to decide whether the children are removed with them. 3 U.S. citizens, 4, 7, and 2 were not deported. Their mothers who are legally in this country were deported. Rubio said the children were their mothers. Those children are U.S. citizens. They can come back to the United States, but ultimately who was deported was their mothers who were here illegally. Willis accused the government of purposely manipulating facts or asserting that ICE was so accountable for expressing the mother's wishes. The public has the right to know about what happened with these children. We want to make sure that this never happens again. Willis said, how do we make sure this never happens again when you have the Secretary of State Marco Rubio repeating the party line that mothers want this? It's a lie. It's untrue. Okay. To Marco Rubio, you fucking piece of shit. You probably got some illegal family members in your own fucking family. See, now, if this happened to Marco Rubio's daughter, son, cousin, niece, I don't give a fuck. And I fuck all y'all. Every single last one of you are wastes of life that should have been swallowed by your fucking mothers. How dare y'all send a kid out of this country to be deported, and that kid got cancer. Now, what if, just what if the tables were turned and one of those fucking ICE agents had a kid who had cancer, okay? And they did not look like of a complexion that the president would ever give a fuck about. See, everybody should have done the right thing on November 4th, but oh no, y'all want to be right instead of being happy. Now there's a child deported that has stage 4 cancer. Y'all proud of yourselves? Fuck y'all. Everybody who supports that piece of shit, fuck y'all. And Candace Owens, you are a concubine bitch of a slave. Just because you speak out in administration, you don't mean shit. And you have a child. Damn. I can't. All this shit has gone too far. Way too fucking far. And I don't give a fuck who feels anything from what I gotta say. I really don't care. Y'all know my line. Good men, women, and children. Right is right, wrong is wrong. I don't care the color, creed, or background. Y'all not gonna make me feel bad for saying this shit. That's fucking disgusting. Marco Rubio, you better hope you ain't got nobody illegal in your fucking family. That's all I gotta say. Because when ICE, rolls up on you, don't you open up your fucking mouth. Don't you go and meet the press. Don't you go and face the nation. Don't you go on This Week. You better not, motherfucker, use the media to get your family back. Try it if you want to. I can't. All right, y'all. Like I said, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if you let it fly, it must apply. I'm not caring. There's a child with stage 4 cancer that got deported. That's a line too far. When children did not ask to be here. That's a line too far. I'm going to take me a commercial break because I need one. We'll be back right after this show. We're live on Twitter.
Yeah, we hustle all day. Yeah, we're working, let me play. You know me. What real ready, let's play. Ay, ay, hustle up, yeah. Ready, set, let's go, yeah. Hustle up, yeah. Ready, set, let's go. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, get low, get low, get low. Come on, drop it to the floor, yeah, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, get low, get low, get low. Come on, drop it to the floor, yeah, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, get low, get low, get low. Come on, drop it to the floor, yeah, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, get low, get low, get low. Come on, drop it to the floor, yeah, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder.
Welcome to Universal's Volcano Bay. A new wave of theme park. A new kind of paradise. Here, time doesn't fly. It simply floats by. And when it's your time to ride, you go right to the slide. Yep, paradise works in amazing ways. You're welcome. Volcano Bay. One of 3 amazing theme parks at Universal Orlando Resort.
Power 923 Jams and the Arkansas Minority Health Commission encourages you to take the COVID-19 vaccine to help keep you and your loved ones safe. Involved in our community, the People Station, Power 923 Jams. KIPR Pine Bluff, Little Rock, KFOG, Little Rock, a Cumulus Media Station. And now, back to the jams. Hip-hop. Drake.
Girls want girls where I'm from. Yeah, well, girls want girls where
R&B.
J. Howell. Just 'cause I love you and you love me.
And now, bumping back-to-back continuous music with another fresh new jam. Heard here first on the People Station, Power 923 Jams. Power.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
I'm loving it.
We are right back. Welcome back to the Bradley's Virtual Tour Live. Y'all, listen. I am not going to apologize for anything that I said. Okay? I do not wish no ICE agent kid having cancer. I don't wish that upon them. I don't wish that upon any kid. The St. Jude Hospital and the Children's Miracle Networks are doing great work. The fact that ICE deported a 4-year-old that is at stage 4 cancer because their mom was born here illegally is fucking ridiculous. If you cannot be upset about that alone, get from the fuck around me. It is mind-boggling to me how people can scream, shout, and let it all out of supporting bull-ish in virtual reality, but they will never stand up in reality of what needs to be said. Y'all can miss me with what y'all have to say. obviously, I don't wish hell on Marco Rubio's family. And I'm sure there are people in Marco Rubio's family that cannot stand his ass. I don't wish Marco Rubio's family to get deported. But I'm just flipping the script of how this could look if the shoe was on the other foot. And I don't know when that became a crime. I don't know when stand up for yourself became a crime. I really don't know when not making any apologies for showcasing character in the world became a crime. I don't know when those became crimes. But I'm guilty as charged and going to keep committing crimes, okay? Moving on. I'm not going to do it. Nope. By the way, everybody, speaking of things happening in the world, shout out to rollingout.com, celebrating 25 years of being a platform for sure. Inside Karen Huger's bold adjustment to prison life, reality star thrives despite challenging circumstances. Karen Huger, the self-proclaimed grand dame of the Real Housewives of Potomac, is reportedly adapting remarkably well due to her current residency at Montgomery County Correctional Facility. According to fellow cast member Giselle Bryant, Huger has managed to command respect and admiration for fellow inmates while serving her sentence for a DUI conviction. Bryant reveals prison dynamics during a recent appearance of Watch What Happens Live. Bryant provided insights into Huger's current circumstances. Bryant explained that she's been maintaining contact with someone close to Huger who has assured her that the reality star is being treated well at the correctional facility. Bryant conveyed to host Andy Cohen that based on her understanding, the inmates absolutely love Huger where she's currently housed. She said that they are embracing the grand dame. Huger's essentially running the facility, suggesting that Huger's commanding personnel has translated effectively to her new environment. Just say, you are just Herculean, ain't you? That's not a bad shout. I can give credit. The incident behind bars Huger's incarceration status from a March 2024 DUI arrest involving multiple traffic violations following a high-speed incident. Reports indicate that Huger was driving while intoxicated and swerved to avoid a collision. Video evidence from the arrest reportedly showed clear signs of her impairment during the incident, leading her to her current 1-year sentence. The circumstances surrounding Huger's arrest have been widely discussed among fans of the show. Local authorities report that Huger was driving significantly above the speed limit and failed to maintain proper control of her vehicle. When approached by officers, she reportedly displayed classic signs of impairment, which were later confirmed through standard field sobriety testing. Sorry, the imprisonment has created significant challenges for Huger's family. Bryant mentioned that Ray Huger, Karen's husband, continues to struggle with his wife's absence, highlighting the emotional toll the situation has taken on their household. The separation has forced a difficult adjustment period for the family as they navigate this unexpected chapter in their lives. By the way, I'm reading from this part here, family adjustment struggles. Sources close to the family indicate Ray has been visiting Karen regularly during designated visitation hours. Their children have also been reportedly supported during this difficult time, helping to maintain household stability and provide emotional support to both parents as they navigate this challenging period. Legal developments and potential early release. Huger's legal team remains optimistic about her situation. Having already served approximately 2 months of her sentence, there are possibilities for early release based on the behavior credits. Legal experts suggest she could potentially be released by November of this year, significantly reducing her originally scheduled 1-year term. The Montgomery County correctional system has specific guidelines for early release based on factors including behavior, participation in rehabilitation programs, and overall compliance with facility regulations. Huger's legal representatives have indicated that she is participating fully in the programs and maintaining exemplary conduct, which strengthens her case for potential early release consideration. show impact of future appearances. The upcoming season of The Real Housewives of Potomac is preparing to begin film, but Huger's participation appears unlikely due to her current circumstances. Her absence will undoubtedly create a significant shift in the show's dynamics, as she has consistently been a central figure whose personality and relationship has driven many storylines throughout previous seasons. Bravo executives have not made official statements regarding Huger's status on the show long term. The industry insiders suggest the door is leaving though industry insiders suggest the network is leaving the door open for her potential return following her release. The production schedule may need to be adjusted to accommodate her legal situation, potentially delaying filming for certain segments or restructuring the season's format. Community and fan response. The news of Huger's imprisonment has generated substantial reaction from both the RHOP fan community and viewers of Bravo's reality programming more broadly. While some express concern for her well-being, others have noted the irony of maintaining her grind down persona even within a correctional facility. Social media platforms have seen significant discussion about Huger's situation with hashtags related to her case trending periodically as new information becomes available. Fan forums dedicated to the show have become virtual gathering places for supporters to share their thoughts on how her absence will impact the upcoming season. Brian's update provides a window into the resilience that has characterized Huger throughout her public life, despite facing consequences for her actions. Her ability to adapt and maintain her distinctive personality speaks to the characteristics that have made her a memorable reality television figure. As Huger continues to serve in her silence, her fans will undoubtedly rather remain interested in her journey and how this experience might transform both her personal life and potential future appearances on television. Her story demonstrates the complicated reality that sometimes unfolds behind the glamorous facade of reality television. Well, I think Karen will be out by November. Two things for sure. Karen has always had a tolerable personality, a personality that people want to gravitate to and be around. And, Karen recognizes that it is what it is, but that doesn't mean that, she has to stay in the situation. So I think she will do just fine. I mean, listen, it's about to be the end of April in May. So May, June, July, August, September, October, November. So she's 8 months away. I think she will be just fine. And honestly, I think she will be back on Bravo because here's the thing. You follow the reality. So what do you do after you've had a 1-year sentence, right? What do you do? How do you navigate forward? How do you get, reacclimated to society? So I believe Bravo will definitely follow that story. So she'll be back on the show for sure. Compared to Kenya Moore, Karen Huger will be back on TV. All right, y'all, by the way, once again, rolling out celebrating. There we go. 25 years of being a platform. There you go. Yes, indeed. Right here, Naomi Campbell Naomi Campbell admits feeling too old for the Met Gala. Fashion icon reveals hesitations about iconic annual event. Naomi Campbell feels too old for the Met Gala, the iconic fashion event draws the biggest names in entertainment and fashion each year. The 54-year-old supermodel won't be attending the annual New York Fashion Extravaganza next month, but she is no longer able to deal with the anxiety it brings. Campbell has been a fixture at the prestigious event for over 2 decades, making her one of its most recognizable attendees. A new installment of her YouTube series, Being Naomi, the star showed off a behind-the-scenes preparing for last year's gala, including the fittings of her turquoise Burberry gown. The YouTube series has garnered significant attention since its launch, offering fans glimpses into Campbell's life and career. This is my last Met. It's my last. I'm too old. It's too much for me. The anxiety, she admit. I don't know what number this is. I think this could be either 20 or 21. Can you imagine? Campbell's history with the Met Gala dates back many years, establishing her as one of the event's most enduring presences. Each year, the Met Gala, which is co-chaired by Vogue's Anna Wintour and a panel of other famous faces, has a theme for the guests to center their outfits around, with 2024 being Sleeping Beauty's reawakening fashion, and this year's theme being superfine tailoring black style. Oh, she would have killed it. Oh my Lord. The gala serves as a fundraiser for the Metropolitan Museum of Arts Costume Institute. However, Naomi admits she never paid attention to the topic in question. Fashion observers note that Campbell has consistently brought her own unique style to the event regardless of theme. I don't follow themes, so I just flow. I think it's something to do with Sleeping Beauty awakening something. I'm sorry. She said Campbell's approach to fashion has always been characterized by her authentic personal style, which has influenced generations of models. In September, Naomi drew gas when she took a parent swipe at Anna when she received the Fashion Icon Award at Fashion Rose Fashion Show at the Style Awards in Harlem, New York, where she branded the Vogue boss as the Vogue boss, the other woman, in apparent response to the 74-year-old journalist calling out her renowned lack of punctuality. The incident sparked widespread discussion in fashion circles. Talking to the stage, the New York Post newspaper reports Anna had said to be last from the crowd. I'm a very punctual person. I have the honor of presenting tonight someone who is often late. Ooh, Lord Jesus. Wintour has been the editor-in-chief of Vogue since 1988 and has chaired the Met Gala for decades. Harper Bazaar's editor-in-chief, Samir Nasser, then offered a second introduction to Naomi as she accepted her award. The model said, "It is so important that I'm here today. I'm honored to be here in Harlem. Everything is going to work out the way it's going to work out." Harlem has long been an important cultural center for fashion and creativity. Referencing to Anna, she said, "It wasn't my choice to have that other woman." She then gestured to Samir and said, "I would much rather have this." Oh, well played, well played, well played. The relationship between Campbell and Wintour have been closely watched by fashion insiders throughout their careers. The crowd gasped, but Naomi insisted that she had to be honest because she has always been unapologetically truthful. Throughout her career, Campbell has been known for her candid nature and willingness to speak her mind in an industry often criticized by carefully crafted statements. But later in her speech, Naomi praised Anna for offering her support when she was starting out in the fashion industry. Campbell's career began in the mid-1980s when she was discovered as a teenager, quickly rising to become one of the industry's most preeminent Black supermodels. We must still say thank you to Anna Wintour as she did take the time to come here and give me the award, even though I wasn't here, she said. So thank you, Anna Wintour, for your support in my career from 1987. Being a young Black girl from South London in British Vogue offices and taking a chance in giving me a shot. And so I thank you for your influence and your continuing support in pushing fashion forward. Also, Campbell's acknowledgement of Wintour's role in her career highlights the complex relationships that often exist between fashion's prominent figures. Well, here's the thing. Naomi Campbell is not too old. She is a gorgeous, stunning Black woman. Number two, the fact that Anna Wintour said that I have the honor of presenting an award to someone who's always late. Anna, you have not always been on time for things. Stop it. Stop it. I am sure there is somebody in the fashion world or in the Hollywood world or in the world of culture that they know you were late to a couple of meetings before. So stop. But also, too, I understand Naomi Campbell's anxiety, right? Because I think what people tend to miss out on with the Oscars, the Grammys, the Tonys, the Emmy Awards, anything in Hollywood, it takes energy. It takes time. It takes a commitment to want to give up yourself to people. And so to not want to go, I totally understand. Totally understand. That's a lot because you're there for what 3 to 4 hours because you gotta get dressed in your outfit, then you gotta get in the limo and then go and then talk to Vogue and everybody on Media Row, right? Sorry, in Media Row. And then you go in and you mingle this, down, the third, and then there's after parties and just as you get older, you want your life to be more simplistic. So I totally get Naomi Campbell's point of view there. So there it is there. Now, y'all, this is some breaking news from Deadline.com. Desperate Housewives offshoot Wisteria Lane in works at Onyx Collective, from Kerry Washington and Natalie Chavez. So Desperate Housewives offshoot Wisteria Lane in the works at Onyx from Kerry Washington and Natalie Chavez. This is an exclusive from Daylight.com. One of the most famous streets in TV history is ready to welcome new residents. Wisteria Lane, a reimagining of the ABC mystery dramedy series Desperate Housewives, has been set up for development at Onyx Collective. Deadline has learned exclusively it comes from Kerry Washington, Simpson Street, and 20th Television, where the company is based. Written by Natalie Charles, the flight attendant Wisteria Lane is described as a fun, sexy, darkly comedic soap/mystery in the vein of Desperate Housewives, set among a group of 5 very different friends, sometimes frenemies, who all live on a picture-perfect cul-de-sac called Wisteria Lane. On the surface, all Wisteria neighbors are living the dream, beautiful homes, gorgeous families, shiny SUVs in the driveway. But behind those white picket fences and smiling Instaposts are secrets. Desperate Housewives starred Terry Hatcher, Eva Longoria, Felicity Huffman, and Marie Cross for the first 5 seasons. Nicole Sheridan as 5 women, mostly friends, living on Wisteria Lane, who begin uncovering dark secrets after their neighbor Mary Alice Young unalives herself. Chavez executive produces Wisteria Lane alongside Washington and Pilar Salon via their Simpson Street, as well as Stacey Sher into the Badlands through her Shiny Penny production company. It's unclear whether Washington could potentially appear on the show 20th Century, which recently absorbed Desperate Housewives studio. ABC studio successor, ABC Signature, is producing. Desperate Housewives creator and executive producer Mark Cherry was not part of the pitch, but could be involved in the project in some capacity, sources said. I hear Wisteria Lane was pitched both to Onyx, whose shows stream on Hulu and Hulu Originals. Washington and Savant have an existing relationship at both Disney units. Simpson Street is behind Onyx's most successful series to date, Reasonable Doubt, which has been renewed for a 3rd season, as well as Onyx comedy series Prison, starring Washington and Delroy Lindo, which ran for 2 seasons at Hulu proper. Simpson Street, produced with Hello Sunshine, the Emmy-nominated limited series Little Fires Everywhere, which also starred Washington. Hulu has already has 2 other series reboots in the works from 20th Century Television: Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Prison Break, with both pilot awards. Wisteria Lane sale come on the heels of Desperate Housewives' 20th anniversary last October, which brought on a new wave of nostalgia and reboot talk. In November, Cherry admitted that about 70,000 people have asked him about a reboot, as fans passionate about the show and interest in revisiting it remained strong 13 years later after it ended its 8-season run on ABC. The cast has been fielding endless inquiries too, with Longoria saying earlier this month she will be the first person to sign up for a Desperate Housewives reboot. There are no current plans for characters from the original series to appear on Wisteria Lane. While speculation about potential Desperate Housewives follow-up, revival, reboot, sequel, spinoff, or other offshoot has been rampant more than a decade, this marks the real first step at expanding the franchise. Keeping the original series iconic set makes sense, while most series outdoor locations uses a mix of exteriors from different places. Wisteria Lane is a real street built on the Universal backlot. While the outdoor set had existed decades as Colonial Street, it was extensively modified for Desperate Housewives that has since taken a life of its own. Kept virtually the same as in the show, it has remained a top tourist destination and part of Universal Studios tour, has been used for numerous shows and commercials. Sorry. While Wisteria Lane is expected to keep its fictional street locale, it has not been determined whether the potential series will film in Los Angeles, where the original outdoors set is. In November, Cherry spoke about Wisteria Lane significant to the show. The character I miss writing the most is actually Wisteria Lane. That was the most fun playground anyone in the history of television has ever had. He told people at the time, knowing that he would be interested in revisiting the street and its housewives in a different decade, notably in the 1960s, for a follow-up to his original series. launching the same season as fellow hit ABC series Lost and Grey's Anatomy. Desperate Housewives was an instant smash, becoming a pop culture sensation, introducing a new addictive genre that mixes comedy and drama, mystery, and soapy storytelling. The series also scored with critics, earning 7 Emmy nominations throughout its run, including lead actress in a comedy series for Huffman. Later this spring, Simpson Street will begin on production on the Apple TV Plus limited series Imperfect Women, starring Washington, Elizabeth Moss, and Kate Mara. In May, the company will theatrically release the action thriller Shadow Force for Lionsgate, starring Washington alongside Omar's side. The company is rep by Creative Arts Agency, Washington Square Arts, and attorney Gretchen Rush. Prior to serving as executive producer and co-showrunner alongside developer Steve Yockey on season 2 of Max's The Flight Attendant, whose mix of dark comedy, drama, and mystery thriller is similar to Desperate Housewives. Damn. What a God. Chayez was an executive producer and showrunner on USA Network's crime drama Queen of the South. Her series include Hunter, which she developed, 12 Monkeys in Plain Sight, Terminator, The Sarah Connor Chronicles, and Heroes, which was on NBC. She is rep by Creative Arts Agency and Jack Oway Austin Tierman. In addition to Buffy and Prison Break reboots at Hulu, 20th Century TV has a Malcolm in the Middle 4-part sequel at Disney Plus, with efforts to get a Scrub reboot off the ground also underway. Could y'all do Lizzie McGuire as well while you're at it and let Lizzie be an adult? Damn. Just saying. 7 comments here. Let's see. LOL, no. What Eastern European country has the best climate for growing wisteria? Haha, nice and sad. Desperate Housewives was kind of remade as Why Women Ill and Devious Mates. LOL. On TV, it's useless. A big fat no. Give us a proper revival with Terry, Felicity, Marcia, and Eva all coming back. No one's going to tune in for whatever this is. I don't know. I mean, if they believe that, Desperate Housewives was that show and they want to revive it, I don't see why not. I think we got to give things a chance before we write them off. I really do believe we got to give things a chance before they're written off. Hey, Linnell, welcome and glad to have you here, because listen, this could be a good thing. And let's just say, right, that maybe there's references to Desperate Housewives, and this could be a lead up to a full reboot. Like, y'all, just be still, okay? Just be still. Just be still, all right? All right, there we go. Some more bringing this virtual tour live, coming up right from the space right here, right now, from blacknews.com. Naomi Girma makes history as first $1 million soccer player in women's pro soccer. This woman right here, 24-year-old Naomi Girma, an Ethiopian-American professional soccer player, made history as the first ever $1 million player in women's soccer with her $1.1 million transfer to the Chelsea Football Club from the San Diego Wave in January. While her achievement is a major accomplishment for the sport, Girma continues to be underpaid compared to male players in similar positions. At a young age, Girma has already gained recognition for her strong defensive skills and leadership on the field. As a center back, she may not receive as much attention as forwards. Her contributions have not gone unnoticed. Her standout performance at the Paris Olympics, where she helped the U.S. women's national team secure a gold medal, cemented her status as one of the top defenders in the world. Born in San Jose, California, to an Ethiopian immigrant father, Girma grew up playing soccer in a community-oriented environment. She quickly rose to prominence, leading Stanford to a NCAA championship in 2019. In 2022, she was drafted by the San Diego Wave, where she earned Rookie of the Year, Defender of the Year honors in her debut season. According to Esquire, Girma's move to Chelsea represents a shift in women's soccer, with top European clubs now competing for American talent. Yet, despite her record-breaking transfer, the gender pay gap in women's sports remains a major issue. Girma is helping lead a movement for equality in sports, but much work remains to achieve equal pay for female athletes. In addition to her soccer career, Girma is pursuing a master's degree in management science and engineering at Stanford. Go ahead. That's amazing. She balances her academic and athletic pursuits and finding fulfillment in both her studies and training as Girma settles into life in London and prepares for the Champions League season, which I think David Beckham is going to be doing a live show on Paramount Plus with his friends over some soccer, of course. Her journey is helping to redefine the future of women's soccer one milestone at a time. Congratulations to get $1.1 million a year, and I do believe the women should be paid just as well as the men. Absolutely. I remember Kyrie Irving, and for as controversial as Kyrie Irving is, he did step up and help the WNBA with those salaries. So that's what I have to say on that there. And like I said, hopefully we will get more good news like this in the world of women's sports, because those women, they throw down. Okay, listen. I said to a young lady, she was almost as tall as Angel Reese. I said to her, listen, if Angel Reese wanted to challenge me to basketball, we could just go live on YouTube to say I lost to Angel Reese. We ain't got to play a game that I'm going to lose. So shout out to all the women in women's sports making it do what it do. We're going to take one more commercial break. And when we come back, we got Reginald+Kelley Steele, and then Mary J. Blige. Y'all, we got a lot more to come. We are live on Tour. Like, comment, share, subscribe. We'll be back right after this.
Where are the girls that like to have fun? Chicas. Where are the girls that like to have fun? Chicas. Where are the girls that like to have fun? Chicas. Where are the girls that like to have fun? Chicas. Where are the girls that like to have fun? I'm a fun girl, very fun girl, see a shot, take a shot, never run girl. I'm a fun girl, very fun girl, see a shot, take a shot, never run girl. H-I-C-A-S, H-I-C-A-S, H-I-C-A-S. I'm a fun girl, very fun girl, see a shot, take a shot, never run girl. I'm a fun girl, very fun girl, see a shot, take a shot, never run girl. C-H-I-C-A-S, 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 C-H-I-C-A-S. Chicas, divertidas. Where are the
When we start a project, we always start with story. That story is key. So we began with the story of the Waturi people. The myth of the Waturi people is that long ago, they set out on their outrigger canoes looking for a new home. There was a legend that said they could only find this new home with the help of this mini golden-finned fish called kanuku. And they searched across Pacifica and Polynesia, and they visited all these islands. They went to Bali and Tahiti and went as far as Rapa Nui, Easter Island. Along the way, they made friends, collected sort of the culture, and they sailed on and on and on, and they almost to the edge of the world. There, to their amazement, was Kanuku. And she turned to the people and said, "You are ready." Turned and swam away. They followed, and within a day, they caught sight of this smoking mountain on the horizon, which was Volcano Bay. And it was pristine, beautiful, lush, everything that they would want in a home. And that's the backstory that informs everything we do in our design. The idea here is to create the best experience. We know what our guests want. They want the thrill and excitement of our theme parks, but they also want a place where they can relax and chill out and feel pampered. Nobody wants to stand in line. And so we said, let's get rid of them. Nobody wants to carry rafts up a ride tower all the way to the top. So we said, let's do that for you. Exhilaration, excitement, and relaxation. That's what you're gonna get at Volcano Bay.
Welcome to Copeland's.
Copeland's is not just some fancy place for your big night out. In fact, there's no occasion too big, or if you like, too small. Copeland's, there's always something good.
What is this feeling that everyone's feeling?
Ding, ding, ding.
With such feeling.
Ding, ding, ding.
This winning feeling.
Ding, ding, ding.
This tingle of success. This sensation of triumph.
Ding, ding, ding.
This
Oh, I can feel it! This season, everyone gets the winning feeling. Win guaranteed prizes like $250 grand and more. Only at Dave & Buster's.
McDonald's. I'm loving it.
Y'all right back. Welcome back into Brainley's virtual tour live. Glad to have all you here. We kicked off the show by talking about a male contraceptive to control birth. That's right. There is a male contraceptive that is going through some trials. So eventually men will be on birth control as well. I mean, birth control in terms of, them being responsible for them and women being on birth control for, them being responsible as well. Talking about some politics, there was a 4-year-old child with stage 4 cancer that got deported, and ICE did it, and Marco Rubio is happy about it. So there is that. Those pieces of shit bastards that they are. Then we talked about Karen Huger, everybody. Karen Huger's in jail, but it seems like she has the way of the jail, so she's doing well. Naomi Campbell is not going to this year's Met Gala. She said that she feels old, which she does not look old at all because black don't crack. And she said the anxiety from that is a little much. Then we learned that Wisteria Lane is coming back through Onyx, the Onyx Collective, and it will be either on ABC or Hulu for sure. So there might be a Desperate Housewives reboot to come. This is an offshoot of that. And we just saw about this woman here, Naomi Girma, who just made, a huge accomplishment as the first $1 million player in U.S. pro soccer, in women's U.S. pro soccer, rather. So congratulations to her. All right, y'all. More Bring These Virtual Tour Live coming up right from the space right here, right now. Y'all, this story right here, I've been seeing y'all go to this destination for a while. I'm just like, here we go. From blacknews.com, pastor admits to cheating for 32 years, and his wife helped him get ready for his dates. Now, I'm going to just say this right now. No shade. This woman looks too fine to be with him. Like, I was not sorry. What the hell is wrong with you? This is another Pastor John Gray adventure bring story, child. Let's roll on and talk about this because I can't. Pastor Reginald Steele and his wife Kelly shocked many when they revealed that they stayed married for over 30 years despite Reginald openly cheating throughout most of their relationship. The couple said their marriage lasted because Kelly accepted his behavior. I cannot. Speaking on the Dear Future Wifey podcast on April 9th, the Steeles detailed their 32-year marriage. Reginald, who leads Kingdom Church in Phoenix, Arizona, admitted he was unfaithful from the very beginning. "You're my star, but I got other ones on the bench," he told Kelly early on. "You're my starter, but I got other ones on the bench." Oh, Lord, he told Kelly early on, according to The Root. The two married young. He was 21, she was 19. Kelly said she already knew about his affairs with marriage anyway, hoping the role of husband would make him change. She thought staying would keep the family together. Money, circumstances, and money, resources, and circumstances rather don't change. People just amplify what's already there. He was going to be that way whether y'all got married or not. At one point, she even helped him get ready for his nights out with other women. "I would literally help him get ready to go meet a side chick by ironing his clothes and get him ready for the night." What the fucking hell is going on here? Okay. Kelly explained her tolerance came from how she was raised. Her parents divorced over infidelity. She thought forgiveness might prevent that cycle. I always thought that if you could just forgive him, my family could say, "Yeah, I walked down the aisle knowing that I was marrying his worst." Reginald said cheating seemed normal to him since his father had 10 children with 6 women. He also claimed he was called to be with Kelly, even though she wasn't his preference. So wait a minute, Kelly, wait a minute, hang on, let me see. So wait a minute, hang on, let me see if I got this. Oh my God. So you mean to tell me, because Reginald said that you were not his preference. get used to years and allowed him to cheat. I'm giving nothing but love, grace, and space to Kelly. Kelly needs to go. It's been 30 years. If you got kids, you have done your job. Okay, that is unacceptable. That is unnecessary. It's just, it is undisputably wrong what happened here. The episode sparked strong backlash online. Many viewers condemned the idea that Christian women should endure cheating for the sake of marriage. Some called the podcast episode damaging and irresponsible. One viewer said, "I want Black women to experience love that doesn't require being dragged through hell first. May a relationship like this never find me." Another wrote, "This story is truly diabolical. Ladies, you don't have to endure struggle love. Cheating isn't a thing men do. It's a lack of care, respect, and self-control, period." Absolutely. Absolutely. Like I said, this is another Pastor John Gray and Venture Gray. Now, for those of you who don't know who Pastor John Gray is, he was a former pastor at Lakewood Church, and John Gray has stepped out many times, many times. That's just, you know what? Hang on, let me pull up RRG. I'm sure that they would not mind. By the way, if y'all have not subscribed to Real Reality Gossip, y'all need to subscribe. Okay, they are absolutely amazing. You will get your whole life, good energy, quality content. Okay, quality content. Okay, so just to let you guys know about that. And yes, at 7:30, it is the Spice Lounge with La Renee Creole. So shout out to her, like, comment, share, subscribe to her, okay? So definitely do not want to miss that for sure. All right, let me get Real Reality Gossip. Because this is given that John Gray. All right, so this is 18 minutes, y'all, and we got time. So shout out to RRG. I will put this in the description box of this video so you guys can watch. But this is giving this situation right here rolling.
After posting our Bishop Eddie Long and Bishop T.D. Jakes videos, our besties requested we look into someone else who deserves a top spot in our mega church messiness series. And that person is none other than John Gray. Lord, this is going to be messy. Before the Holier Than Thou crew tells us we need to mind our business, turn to your neighbor and say, "Scoop me up. Something to munch on. From RRGsnacks.com. Our online concession stand that has an assortment of beef and bacon jerky, butter toffee peanuts, green apple licorice, and RRG coffee mugs.
Oh, my Lord.
John Gray was born on June 26, 1973. A damn cancer. I knew it, girl. I knew it. In a chit chat with Sister Circle YouTube channel, he said he was raised by a single mother. Around the age of 6, he was taken advantage of by an unknown person and has admitted that he never healed from the trauma.
The truth is, as big as I am, I'm a marathon runner. I might not run in the natural, but I've been running in the spirit my whole life. I've been running from the things that I'm afraid of. I've been running from the things that have been stalking me in my fears and in my nightmares, areas of insecurity, areas where I don't feel adequate.
He also stated that the men in his family suffered from lifelong addictions, and he struggled to fight the demons that he inherited. He was a mama's boy, and his bond with his mom affected some of his romantic relationships as he got older. hell? One of them single mothers married to their sons, huh? He was engaged at one point, but things didn't quite work out. And then, while in charge of the youth arts department at church, he crossed paths with one of the leaders of the dance ministry. He observed the woman from afar and noticed that she was a little bit weird. Ninja, you the weirdo that was stalking her. With his stalking ass. He continued watching her, but he never approached her with his scary self. About a year after he first noticed her, he finally approached her after a church service. She introduced herself as Aventer. Avatar? Girl, no. Aventer. Oh, I thought you said Avatar, girl. Girl, no. I was like, this is gonna be strange. Shh, listen to the rest of the story, girl. They started talking, and he asked to borrow her phone, and then he texted himself from her phone so he could have her number. They started off as friends before deciding to be in a relationship. They got married in 2010. On their honeymoon, they were so broke they had to share a shrimp cocktail. Fix it, Jesus. She didn't check his bank account, honey. Holy is what them pockets was, what? Honey? Couldn't keep no money. John said, I'd rather have Jesus than silver and gold. They welcomed 2 children, and unbeknownst to Aventer, she married a man who was dealing with several personal issues. Oh, here we go. John admitted to Sister Circle TV that aside from the demons he inherited, there were demons he invited into his life. He was constantly fighting against his own nature. He said,
so now I'm trying to be a husband and a father and a leader, and I didn't see any of those up close. So how can you be what you've never seen?
Ooh, message.
So now, the wife that I chose is better than the man that I am. I married a woman 2 sizes too big. I have to grow into Aventer. She's a coat. I still can't fit her. She's bigger than me. And she's had to cover me while I grow up. I got to grow into her.
But she's a covering.
She's a covering, not a lid.
Ooh.
Because if a man marries a lid, she'll stop your dream. But if you marry a covering, she'll push you to your destiny. Now, I'm about to shout and tear this whole thing up.
Honey. While the Sister Circle co-host hooped and hollered over John's testimony, a lot of people could see right through every word that was coming out of his mouth. Viewers pointed out that the pastor was using words that described Aventer as being a better person than he will ever be in order to condition his wife to accept his personal struggles. Because a strong, Black, God-fearing woman can surely handle a man who is dealing with deep-rooted, unaddressed issues that are reportedly wreaking havoc on their marriage, right? What I tell y'all, a Black woman's curse. We just expected to handle it all. Girl, be quiet. You be quiet. I was here before your ass. By 2016, he was an associate pastor at Joel Osteen's Lakewood Church in Houston. That same year, Oprah Winfrey's network announced that John had been given an 8-episode docuseries called The Book of John. The show featured glimpses of his home life, as well as footage of John helping people in his community overcome challenges, all while facing his own struggles as a husband and father. Did he go to therapy, girl? That's what I want to know. While keeping his position as associate pastor at Lakewood Church, in May 2018, he became the pastor of Relentless Church in Greenville, South Carolina. While it should have been a time of celebration, there was trouble brewing. In July 2018, John and other Black pastors were invited to the White House to meet the then president, Donald Trump. John told The Real that the purpose of the meeting was to find ways to reacclimate prison inmates back into society. Now, what the hell that got to do with him? That's not his ministry, honey, at all.
God said, go, because that affects me. I got cousins in jail. I've had uncles in jail. My father was in jail the day I was born. So those were things that speak to me.
He knew he could lose his credibility and damage his reputation, and his wife even told him it was a bad idea. But nonetheless, he got on the first thing smoking straight to D.C. With his dumb ass. While meeting with Trump, John invoked a Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. sentiment.
Dr. King said, we cannot influence a table that we are not seated at.
By the way, this is a family member of the King family. They do not like her. No one in the Black community likes her. Okay.
And so we pray that this conversation will be fruitful and productive and honoring of the best traditions of this nation.
I have a dream that one day y'all will leave Dr. King out of this mess. Okay. With his social media comments in shambles, he took to his Instagram to share that he hadn't visited the president to show support. He added, "I went as a man of God and I wanted to be heard. That if there's anybody who thinks they're above praying for people they don't agree with, then you don't have the heart of Christ." Or the brain of a squirrel. Okay, because you should have stayed your black ass in Greenville, South Carolina. Honey. He also made it clear that he didn't attend the meeting as a politician. He said, "I'm not a Democrat, nor a Republican, nor an independent. I'm a Christian." Ninja, do you vote red or blue? That's what we want to know. Red or blue? Very easy. Answer the damn question. Months after his visit, it made sense why people were so disappointed in him. He told Sister Circle TV that he finally realized he was being used as a visual for Trump's base.
Now, you're saying hindsight, would I go again? I'll simply say this. I've been invited back a number of times, and it's not the proper occasion.
During a June 2018 sermon, he revealed that he and his wife had been having problems for the past 2 years, and they contemplated filing for divorce. He said they were arguing a lot, and one of them would sleep on the couch some nights. He added,
"And I started listening to the wrong voices and let some people get too close. And she found out, and she set it off, just like a good wife should."
There we go with the manipulation again. Ninja, how about you just don't F up? How about that? His wife addressed the situation during the same church service by saying,
"And then I prayed for them and him, and then the devil loses. Because what's not going to happen is you tell me that I'm going to lose my purpose because somebody whispered to a 16-year-old John, the devil is a lie. I'm standing with my husband, and you can go on back to the pits of hell where you came from."
A writer for Yahoo was unimpressed with John and Aventer's statements. The writer called out how the Black church had consistently been of a disservice to Black women as it pertained to heterosexual marriages. The writer stated, "Black women in the church are conditioned to accept manipulation and infidelity as simply the devil and not an actual shortcoming and moral failing of their partner."
Amen. That's factual.
While the Grays continued working to heal their marriage, they had more drama to deal with in October 2018. An anonymous tipster contacted the Greenville News website and claimed John had moved into a $1.8 million home in a gated community just 10 minutes from the church. The website conducted an investigation and confirmed through property records and real estate transactions that the church owned the home. Because the church owns the home, it's also eligible to be exempt from property taxes. Once the news was made public, the chief financial officer for Relentless Church told the website that the board agreed to buy the home because it was needed to entice someone of John's caliber to relocate to Greenville. The home is the church's asset and will stay with the church if John were to ever leave. Some people were outraged that the church would buy such a lavish home, while others thought it was no big deal. One member of the congregation said, "I'm not concerned about how much someone else's house costs. I hope no one is concerned about how much mine costs. I think they have a right to live among their peers, people in their own income bracket." In December 2018, John did something that not many pastors do. Instead of asking for offerings from the congregation, he told members to take what they needed from the collection basket. Wait a minute now, rewind it.
With a Planet Fitness Black Card, you don't just get a great workout, you get a great perk out because your membership is packed with perks.
In December 2018, John did something that not many pastors do. Instead of asking for offerings from the congregation, he told members to take what they needed from the collection basket. Girl, you heard what I said. I was just checking. I thought that's what you said, but I was just checking, girl. Go ahead. The good deed was overshadowed just days later when John surprised his wife with a $200,000 Lamborghini SUV. The car was a gift in honor of their 8th wedding anniversary. Nah, that was "I'm sorry for cheating on your ass" gift. That's what that was. He presented the car keys to her with cameras rolling, and if he expected people to applaud him for purchasing a car that's worth more than what most Americans make every year, he was dead wrong. You're dead wrong, Pastor. You dead wrong. Social media users took to the comments section to accuse John of using the church's money to purchase the luxury vehicle.
Not a nickel, not a penny from this church, Relentless Church, went towards the gift that I gave my wife.
Okay, but what about a dime? A quarter? 50 cents? He said the SUV was his wife's dream car, and God helped him purchase the car with his book profits and other ventures.
God said, now why am I in it?
His wife defended her new gift by saying,
I don't see anyone screaming about how basketball players drive what they do while you paying money to see them play in arenas and on fields. We don't live for people. We live for God.
She later deleted her comment.
Girl, sit your ass down.
As 2018 came to an end, John popped up at Lakewood Church and told the congregation that 2018 got on his nerves and he was ready for the year to be over.
You get on my nerves too, Pastor. Okay.
He also discussed the backlash he received about the SUV, and he said it taught him a valuable lesson. Stop broadcasting everything. Unfortunately for the pastor, 2019 would bring more struggles.
No, not again.
After telling his congregation he had thoughts about taking his own life, the pastor visited Bishop T.D. Jakes' revival event on January 3rd, 2019. During the event, the bishop called the dark spirits out of John's body.
Do you see him? See what, girl? The dark spirits. Girl, shut your ass up.
John later revealed that Tyrese also saved his life when he was thinking about ending it all. According to John, Tyrese showed up at his house, put him in a vehicle, and took him to a counselor. Tyrese arranged for the pastor to have an IV drip, a chef's table full of food, and holistic professionals on standby, ready to remove all the pain from his body and his soul. The pastor went on to thank Tyrese for being a real friend and a brother. The pastor was caught up in another scandal in February 2019 when he told his congregation that God told him to ask them for $250,000 to fix the roof of the church.
No, he needed $200,000 to pay for that damn SUV he couldn't afford to begin with. You better sell that Lambo.
He said he needed the money by April, and he was pitching in $300 of his own money for the repairs.
$300? The church ain't got insurance. They can afford a $1.8 million house for him to live in, but they ain't got insurance to pay for the roof.
In December 2019, the church that owned the land that Relentless Church was located on hit them with an eviction notice. The owner alleged that John had been shady and dishonest in executing a transfer agreement when he took over the location in 2018. The churches eventually reached an agreement on the issue, but the terms were not publicly disclosed. And then in January 2020, OWN Network canceled John's show after 3 seasons.
My ass shit.
Then came July 2020, when a photo was shared online of John in the hospital. It was later confirmed that he was suffering from severe pulmonary embolism. After spending almost the entire month of July in the hospital, he was released. The very next month, all hell broke loose. In August 2020, rumors emerged that he was cheating on his wife again. Tasha K had a chat with a Houston woman who claimed John was friends with her brother, who's a pastor in the New Jersey area. When her brother's wife passed away, John attended the service, and the woman left him a comment on Instagram to thank him for his kind words. That's when she and the pastor connected via DM. After she told him which hair salon she worked at, he allegedly called her job. The woman told him she couldn't talk, and she gave him her cell phone number so he could call her later. From there, they reportedly exchanged racy photos, and she alleged that the pastor gave her money and showed off his tighty-whities during a FaceTime session.
Don't nobody want to see that. And you can't afford to be giving nobody money. Talking about you only got $300 on a roof repair and you around here giving side pieces of money. Sit your ass down.
The pastor reportedly told her he and his wife were getting divorced, and he tried to get the woman to visit his Houston residence when his wife was away for the day so they could smash with
That
his
part.
trifling ass. The woman turned
That's the part I want you guys to hear. I mean, he cheated the first time, but this part right here is what I want you guys to hear.
him down, and the pastor was reportedly in his feelings so much that he stopped contacting her. Tasha K later shared audio on Instagram of John complaining to the woman that his wife never cooked for them.
She too busy being the man of the house to be cooking. Get your ass in there and cook.
You might have been able to afford a chef had you not spent $200,000 on a car.
You was just in the hospital for pulmonary embolism. I'm saying you could stand to lose a few pounds. Eat a salad, eat an apple or something. Eat some fruit. Get somewhere and sit down. Drink some water. Hell. need no fucking food. Blood pressure high as hell. Weeks later, during a virtual sermon, the pastor didn't deny or confirm the allegations. However, he shared his plans for therapy and apologized to the congregation. A representative from the church claimed that the woman was extorting the pastor, and the FBI was investigating the situation. Child, stop lying. She didn't ask for no damn money. She didn't want to sleep with him. She need to sue his ass for that damn tighty-whitey picture. That's what she need to do. Then came June 2022, and Tasha K revealed she had footage that the pastor allegedly sent to a masseuse. Tasha alleged the pastor was playing with his dang-a-lang in the video. Tasha went into explicit detail about what the meat was looking like. We're not going to get into it on our family-friendly channel. Family-friendly, my ass. But we'll give you a little hint about what he's working with below the belt. Eeny weeny, teeny weeny, shrivel little short man, don't want. John allegedly invited the woman to visit him in Atlanta. The woman claimed he sent her cash apps and even promised to buy her a house and a car. Tasha claimed she had a conversation with Aventer and even sent her the video. Then John's lawyers reportedly called Tasha and threatened to sue her for showing Aventer the footage. According to YouTuber Larry Reed, the pastor and the woman never met, and they never had any physical contact. Larry added that the pastor is not wicked, he's wounded. He's been wounded for a long time now. Most wounds heal. Put his ass at the altar with P. Diddy. Put both of them down there. Stay down there till we tell you to get up. Beginning on Easter Sunday 2024, Relentless Church will be called Love Story Church. It will also be interesting to see if John will continue to embarrass the hell out of his wife in 2024, or if Aventer will finally say enough is enough. We'll be keeping an eye on them and will report back to our besties with any new developments. Now, besties, if you enjoyed this video, let us know down below. And thank you. I want to say thank you. Thank you for watching RG. Thank you. Yeah.
So yeah, when I said that this was a Pastor John Gray
you remember
situation, that's what it was. So, whew, child, no. Like I said, God blessings to Kelly, Steele. Recognize your worth, child, because like I said, you are too fine. You're too much of a 10 to deal with this 0. I'm just saying. Kind of giving Jill Scott energy, actually. Anyway, listen, like Big Luther said, a house is not a home, and she may be unhappy. She looked about 40. I'm about 30. Moving on. Y'all, more Bradley's virtual tour live coming up right from this space right here, right now. MJB.com, our final destination for this evening. Misa Hilton sues Mary J. Blige, former best friend, for $5 million. Okay. Here we go. Mary J. Blige hit with a $5 million lawsuit over alleged music industry sabotage. Mary J. Blige may be the queen of hip-hop soul, but according to a very spicy new lawsuit, she might also be the queen of music industry drama. The Grammy-winning icon is facing a $5 million legal bombshell for her former stylist, turned businesswoman Misa Hilton. And it's all about loyalty contracts and one very unlucky rapper named Vado. That looks good. I would not mind having that. Anyway, the lawsuit was first published on allhiphop.com. Oh my Lord, did he? Okay. There it is. Here's the tea. Misa Hilton and her talent agency, MISA Management, said Mary and her production company, Beautiful Light Production, played puppet master behind the scenes to pull Vado away from his signed management deal. The lawsuit filed in New York accuses Mary of withholding Vado's complete album, blocking his tour opportunities, all in an effort to freeze out Hilton and force a business breakup. let's rewind. Misa Hilton isn't just any stylist. She helped craft Mary's signature look since the early 90s, including those legendary fur boots and fur coats and thigh-high boots rather. So yes, this is personal and professional. Misa and Mary were best friends for years. In fact, Mary's the godmother to Lisa's eldest son, Justin with Shonda Combs. According to the court documents, Misa had signed a management agreement with Vado that entitled them to 20% of his earnings. Then, not so coincidentally, Mary and Vado found a duet called Still Believe in Love in 2023. Cute, right? Well, maybe not. By July 2024, Vado had wrapped a full album under Mary's label. But surprised, the lawsuit claims Mary refused to release it unless Vado ditched MISA. Allegedly, Mary's team started keeping MISA reps out key events, including yacht hangouts, private hotel meetings, and exclusive industry soirees. Also, this sounds like more of a Real Housewives plotline than a music rollout. Oh, there's more. The lawsuit claims Mary's security chief, who happens to be described as her new boyfriend, once signed Vado himself. He allegedly told the rapper to sign a new deal without a lawyer and warned he missed out on big opportunities if he stayed with Misa major side eye. To make matters messier, private text messages allegedly show Mary flat out saying that Vado's album and tour were off the table as long as he stayed with Misa. The result, according to the suit, Vado was left in economic servitude, stuck in a deal with no music, no money, and no momentum. Now, Hilton and Misa are asking for $5 million in damages, claiming emotional distress, breach of contract, and interference with this relationships. They're also seeking a court order to stop Mary and her company from messing with their business further. No word from Mary's camp, but this case is giving major industry power play energy. One thing's for sure, what happens next might be juicier than behind the scenes VH1 special. Stay tuned, because the Sportroom Showdown could just begin starting. Well, what do I think about this story? I don't know if Mary J. Blige will really do that. I mean, she is a legend's legend. She knows the work it takes to be able to do this. And here's the thing. What was the contract like? I think that's the big thing. What was the contract like? Because if it was but if it was a management contract for Misa management to manage him, and then he could work with anybody, and they didn't like the album, this, that, and the third, then okay. So that's just, I honestly don't know, and neither do you, if any of this has any truth to it. I do hope that this gets worked out. I mean, $5 million is $5 million, right? And so hopefully what will end up happening is that, you know, things will be worked out behind the scenes. I don't think Mary J. Blige wants to drag on any longer than Misa Hilton wants to. And hopefully Vado can get paid, because, yeah, it's not cool to screw over people. So, well, you sit high and look low, you sit low looking high, it's not right to screw over people. So that's what I gotta say about that, y'all. Those are all of our destinations. I'm gonna turn off my camera now because we've done the whole show for over. There we go. Let me turn off my camera now because we've done the whole show for over an hour. Yes, we. Okay, I gotta do that right. I'm gonna turn off my camera now once again because we haven't done the whole show for an hour. Yes, we have. There we go. Like I said, very interesting show tonight. With what is going on in the world today. Like I said, I think the story that really, you know, got to me was probably the 4-year-old that got deported and they had stage 4 cancer. That really pissed me off. I did not like that story. Hopefully, well, actually, I can't hope for the government to do a damn thing because they don't even care about, anybody, let alone except their damn self. But I do hope things work out. in the fashion that it needs, because that was disgusting. Hey, IPV ADT, good to see you, my friend. I hope all is well with you. Just here chilling out. Just got done covering 8 destinations live here. Glad to have you here. Love you, Valley. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, my friend. I hope all is well with you. Love you right back. But yeah, that story about that 4-year-old child, with stage 4 cancer being deported, that pissed me off. No. We're not going to try to understand why they wanted to do that. There's no reasoning that you could give me that would make sense for that to happen. No, not at all. There's no wiggle room with me for that. So I think that's the story that really got to me. Karen Huger having the prison at her beck and call in some capacity. I'm not surprised by that. I mean, Karen Huger is a very famous personality. I would say she's probably the most famous on Potomac, besides Dr. Wendy. And, I say that because of the energy that they possess. I mean, not to say that the other women are not known. But yeah, that's just my take on that. And I do think Karen Huger will be out by November very easily. She will be back on the show. I mean, even if they had to do like a spinoff series of Karen's comeback through the world of RHOP, I think they will definitely do that without question. For sure. Like I said, Naomi Campbell feeling that she's old, that's a lie. She is still a gorgeous woman. And I also understand too, if you don't want to do something, you don't have to do something. You know what I mean? That's just truly how I feel about that. Life is too short for you to just do anything just to do something anymore, and you should deserve to be happy with what you do, right? So I will agree with that with Naomi Campbell. ABC opening up Wisteria Lane once again. It could be good depending on who was casted and all that. And I think we do have to allow, right? I think we do have to allow, the show to air and see what can be from that. You know what I mean? So just give it some time, y'all. Just give it some time. Give it some time. Like I said, Naomi Girma being paid $1.1 million and being the highest paid women pro soccer player is a wonderful accomplishment, but that needs to be across the board for the women that play in women's sports. They all should be getting paid equal to the men. That is not up for discussion. That's not up for discussion at all. Reginald and Kelly Steele, child, the fact that you stayed for 32 years and ironed this man's shirts for him to go out with side chicks, you better than a lot of women, because I don't know no woman that would ever put up with that. No, that was just out of line. I'm not sorry to say that all to you. That was just no. Like I said, Mary J. Blige, I do hope everything works out, because like I said, y'all, life is too damn short. Like, at least it is $5 million, so I'm sure Mary will pay it and just move on. But yeah, we don't need this, situation with Misha Hyatt and Mary J. Blige to drag out, because there's already a lot of stuff being dragged out that's really unnecessary, and then there's some stuff that needs to be dragged up because it is necessary. But Mary J. Blige, I don't think she's that bad of a person. Not at all. And then, of course, the male contraceptive for, birth control. I think that's a wonderful thing that, males will be able to have a device to help in terms of being responsible, for their procreation activities as the fireworks are going off behind us here. I think that's a good thing. Women have always had to bear the brunt of, why'd you do this? Why'd you do that? Well, it takes two to tango. And I think it's about time men had contraceptive. So the best contraceptive is wearing a condom. minding your own business, being careful about where you lay, but most of all, just respecting yourself. You know what I mean? So that's what I have to say on that. So those are all of our destinations, everybody. I have to tell you. It's always something going on in the culture. Always. Like I said, I never really know. Like I said, I really never know what is going to happen with this show until I see the destinations for it. I truly cannot tell you what will form. So. But yes, indeed. Also, we're just chilling out now. 1 hour, 34 minutes, and 20 seconds there. Glad to have all of you here in the building with me. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Glad to have all of you here. Yes, indeed. By the way, shout out to Tuber Chat as well. Tuber Chat came through one of the Beyond the Gates premieres. So shout out to Tuber Chat, a really, really nice brother. Swell of a guy, and just gives good energy all the time. Anytime you're in the chat, it is a bunch of creative, free, and understanding people, and they're about creating good, not creating bad. So shout out to them. So yes, indeed. So yeah, I don't think we'll stay on here too much longer. I think I'll probably stay on to maybe 1:40 probably. And then I'll give y'all the daily motivator, and then we'll head on out. But a good show nonetheless. Yes, indeed, a good show nonetheless. Yes, indeed. Man. Yeah, we're just chilling, looking at the fireworks. Behind us here. That is from Walt Disney World there. So I'm trying to spruce up the channel a little bit because we've had that those fountains for a good while. So So yep, we're just waiting for 1 hour and 40 minutes, and then we will head on out. Man, I always love that shot when it happens there. Yes, indeed. By the way, if y'all looking for a good game, Disney Speedstorm is a vibe. Speaking of that, I'll charge it up. I got plug in. Because I can get Wally as a new character for free if I plug in today. So I got plugged in. So it won't take too much long. It won't take a long time, rather. Hey, 3 people, welcome in. We are just chilling out here. You see all the destinations on our roadmap there. We talked about a male contraceptive for birth health. We talked about politics, a 4-year-old with stage 4 cancer got deported, and Marco Rubio and the president, his administration, his supporters, and ICE, and everybody who is of their distorted ass mind is happy about 4-year-old child with stage 4 cancer being deported. Karen Huger is commanding the jail that she is in, of course. So I think she will be out by November, I'm sure. She will be back on Bravo. Like I said, compared to Kenya Moore, she'll be back on TV. Then you got Naomi Campbell. Naomi Campbell saying that she is too old, which is a lie, to go to the Met Gala, and that she feels tired. ABC is opening up its Wisteria Lane once again to see what could be of that. Naomi Girma is the highest paid women's pro soccer star at $1.1 million. Then Reginald+Kelley and Kelly Steele, they've been married for 32 years, and Reginald has been cheating for most of the marriage, and Kelly Steele has helped him cheat by even ironing his clothes. Yeah, I know. And then Mary J. Blige and Misha Highton, they are in the middle of a lawsuit. Misha Highton is suing for $5 million. So those are the destinations we covered tonight here. Let me get the demo up for you all, and then we will head on out. Another great tour tonight. Like I said, tomorrow I'll have another tour for you all, and then I got something in the works for y'all. Got something in the works for y'all. I cannot wait for y'all to see it either. It blew my mind today at work. That's all I'll say. Here is the Daily Mover. One cannot put a quart in a pint cup, from Charles Perkins Gilman. I fully agree. It's time for Daily Mover for Tuesday, April 29th, 2025. Work steadily. Take a breath. Calm down, get the job done. It may not be the most pleasant activity. You probably prefer to be doing something else, but there will be a time for that later. Right now, focus on the task at hand. Don't dally and stretch out. Don't rush and invite mistakes. Just work steadily, mindfully, and yes, even cheerfully. The time will pass and you'll make the necessary progress rather than mentally fighting the effort. Embrace it, respect it, and see it through. Just because your task in this moment is not the most glamorous, fulfilling one, doesn't mean the whole world is out to get you. Do it well, do it diligently, without undue angst or complaint, and get it done. Before long, you'll have it behind you. Choose to arrive at that point thankfully rather than miserably. Peacefully let go of tension and resentment. Take satisfaction in mastering your attitude and intention. You're doing good work, and soon you'll have it done. That's a great place to be. Ralph Morrison. You know what? I fully agree with this work steadily. You know, I always say to y'all, the hardest work that is ever done is the work behind the scenes that people don't see. And that goes for businesses, that goes for moms and dads, that goes for families of one. The hardest work behind the scenes is the work that you'll never see. It is times of turmoil and struggle of knowing if you want to continue figuring out your next move, or don't even know if you have enough energy in your tank to keep going. So that's the first thing I'll tell you about work steadily. The hardest work that you will ever do is the work behind the scenes that no one will ever see. As Will Packer said, what you do in the lab, right, will help you later on down the line. Yes, indeed. Second thing I'll tell you is time. The time will pass and you'll make the necessary progress. We don't recognize that time can be a resource sometimes. Oh, okay, you would see it. I'm so sorry, y'all. StreamYard be StreamYard, and sometimes, I'll read it again. I don't mind. Well, actually, I'll get through my points and then I'll read it one more time. The second thing is time will pass and you will make the necessary progress. Necessary progress. Sometimes you have to lose what didn't. Sometimes you need to lose in order to win. And believe me, the reason why you probably are upset about what you lost was because of the work it took to get to that accomplishment. But may I suggest to you, the work that you did to get there, maybe everything of that work was not of good. And maybe the people who contributed to it, maybe they weren't good people. And so, if God could create the storehouse and can create the things in the storehouse and can create you to live in the storehouse, and God is Alpha and Omega, the beginning, the end, Jehovah Jireh, provide the Prince of Peace that surpasses all understanding. If he could do all that, what makes you think he can't restore? Don't worry about the time. The reason why plants grow is because they have to work through the roots and the soil and the vitality of energy that is needed for that plant to grow. Plants make necessary progress in due time because without that process, they can't grow to their fullest potential. And finally, peacefully let go of tension and resentment. Take satisfaction in mastering your attitude and tension. You have to recognize that most people in your life are closer to their ending than their beginning. I've said this before, I will say it again. Some people are closer to the grave to die than the cradle to start life. Why are you arguing with them? Because guess what? Eventually they are going to mentally die. They will mentally die off of their own fucking behavior, off of their own fucking movement. But most of all, they will die mentally because you are not their biggest opponent. I always say everybody in life meets their opponent. And some people, in the words of my mama, she has always said, your arms are not long enough to box with God. Some people are boxing virtually, and I promise you, you don't have a fifth quarter or a half of that energy to box with an opponent you've been avoiding in your actual factual smack show life. So if you're going through something, don't worry about it. I promise you, they're escaping them being a nobody in reality because nobody wants to handle them, because guess what? They will self-destruct on their own. Because see, here's the thing. Money, circumstances, and platforms don't change. You just amplify what's already, and you already told you that. And I will never forget the series finale of Power. And when Tariq did what he did, he didn't recognize the weight of it. He recognized that he made a decision, but he didn't understand the weight of those. He didn't understand the ramifications of that decision. And as they were getting the will and testament of Ghost St. Patrick, Ghost handled Tariq of, you do have to go to school, you do have to maintain a 3.5 to get a fifth quarter or half of your money. So while you were trying to be smarter than me, I was already 10 steps ahead. Your biggest opponent is already 10 steps ahead of you. Some of y'all are not going to make it mentally. And I promise you, your mental capacity is much more needed for what's to come. And some of y'all are missing packages from heaven because you're down on earth, moving, existing, and being about being right in your hellish behavior rather than being happy in your heaven behavior of being in love, in peace, and moving forward on purpose and not just seeking attention. And with that being said, everybody, it's time for the best outro on YouTube. Know what you do and do what you know. Never say one point special, because you are always born a blessing, and trust you may not be where you want to be, but by the end of it, you'll be where you need to be. Do what you've been chosen to do. Why is one thing to call yourself? It's another thing to be chosen. One love, much love, all love. I have spent time with you. You have spent time with me. And hopefully by spending time together, rosters we break together. And always remember where you're doing radio, television, YouTube, living your best life, or you're just recognizing that the world we live in, it's not mentally safe for everybody, but that doesn't mean you can't find safety in what makes you feel joyful. Make sure the replay is not just right for you to watch it, not just right for you to listen to it, but for you want to experience it again. I love you. I value you. I embrace you all. Always remember, or receive love, you gotta give it, or receive love, you gotta give it, or receive love, you gotta give it. Whatever obstacles you have overcome, whatever success you have achieved upon this particular day, I'm extremely proud of you. But no one else is proud of you. Be proud of your damn self. And finally, y'all, like I said before, I think to myself a lot of times of the movie Click from Adam Sandler, and sometimes we will fast forward through stuff so we don't have to go through nothing. But may I suggest to you that if you press play, I promise you, you will be able to experience more. Because when you fast forward through the hell that you're going through, you're also fast forwarding through the heaven that can come to you. I'm gonna say that 2 more times. As you're trying to fast forward through the hell that's coming to you, you're also fast forwarding through the heaven that can come your way. As you're trying to fast forward through the hell that you're going through, you're also fast forwarding through the heaven that can come to you. One love, much love, all love. Commercial break and fireworks coming your way for the day that was, for the day that's to come, and for the blessings that are on the way for you, me, and all of us as a society, as a people, as a culture. I feel love, and I send it right back to you. Bye, everybody. I love you all. Bye-bye.
I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you, and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success, and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you, and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success, and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, You rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.